Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. I'm Ahmad Safwan bin Saiful Aji from DKA1C. Today I'm gonna talk about something that we usually heard about. It's called favorite sport, and today I'm gonna talk about mine. Okay, everyone must have one of that, right? What do you think my favorite sport will be? Okay. So moving on to the next slide. My favorite sport. You must be wondering what my favorite sport, right? What do you think it will be? Does anyone know about it? Okay. Yes, I play football, tennis, badminton, and anything else. But there is one sport that I like the most. It called rugby. So you must be wondering why I like rugby, right? Even it's a extreme sport that require braveness and our mental strength. But that is my favorite sport. Okay. Let me introduce you a bit about rugby. Rugby is a field sport that played by 7, 10, and 15 people categories. It is an extreme sport that requires trained bodies since it's a manly sport. This sport has a lot body contact and running. Okay. The reason I like rugby is because I like to be different than anyone else. And instead, I start playing rugby in my secondary school. Okay. When I am entering the secondary school, they got a really big rugby field, and from that I know that my school is their main sport is rugby. So at first I didn't like it because I think it's a boring sport and a sport that only got injuries. But not so long after that, I know that my school is a top 3 rugby team in Johor. So from that, I start to wondering, it is good to play rugby or it's not. So I asked some of my senior about rugby, and they story it to me a little bit about rugby, and I started to getting interested in it. Okay. Day by day, my passion about rugby is getting fired up. So from there, I'm getting excited to know more about rugby. And not so long after that, I joined my school rugby team, and the day after, they called me to join the training. I was so excited since my passion finally up, but nervous at the same time because it was my first time to joining it. Okay. This is a great chance for me to make a new friend since I got no friends in rugby that also got the same favorite sport as me. From that day, it was my starting point to play rugby until now, until I end the secondary school time. Things that I can say about rugby is it was a great sport for people who love challenge and want to courage up themselves. It is because rugby is an extreme sport that take a lot of courage to join. Why I say about courageous? Because rugby is not like a football, because in football we use a lot of skill and just a normal tackle, but in rugby we tackle it using our body, and it require a lot of courage since people who join rugby usually have a big body. Not just that, it also needs self-confidence in it. This is because normally people who play rugby has a big body physique. That's where your self-confidence was challenged. This is because rugby, the most important thing in rugby is nothing can help you instead of yourself, instead of you helping yourself, because confidence is something that require ourselves to gain it. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Okay, let's we talk about advantage of playing rugby. Advantage that I saw in rugby, since the time I play it can train you to gain sportsmanship. Do you know sportsmanship? Okay, sportsmanship is the most important thing in any sport that you play, because usually sportsmanship is sport that we play as a team. This sportsmanship is a highly important thing that we need to have in sport. It is because it can make us the other team, and also can lead your team to victory. Because when in any sport we got the sportsmanship, it made our chemistry in that team going higher. From that, it can lead your team to victory. After that, it also a sport that good to make your body healthier and break your body limit. What does it mean from body limit? Breaking body limit you're going to higher level of your body limits, something like stamina and your strength and something like that. This is because rugby is a sport that need a lot of stamina and strength. Stamina is used when we were running, since rugby need a lot of sprinting. It's actually quite exhausted to play rugby. Not quite, but really exhausted, because it is a big field, but you need to sprint a lot in it. While strength is used when tackling, hitting, and rucking. Do you know what rucking? Rucking is something like it require in 6 men, and it's something like tackling too. Okay. While hitting in rugby is when you carrying the ball and you hit someone with your body. That's how rugby is played. Lastly, I saw rugby is a great opportunity to find new friends. The reason is rugby is not a rare sport in Malaysia. From that, you will meet a lot of people who at the same age with you that play rugby too. From this, you can gain some knowledge about rugby, and you can gain some skills that they can share it with you. Okay, moving to the next slide. Disadvantage of playing rugby. As long I'm playing the rugby, the thing I can saw in rugby about the disadvantage is about the injuries. Since rugby is a close contact sport, a lot of injuries can happen, such cut, bruises, and broken bones. This is top disadvantage I found about rugby, because rugby is a sport that you need to use your own body to tackle someone. When that happen, a lot of things can happen, especially injuries. Okay, after that, I also found not all school has rugby in their school, since not all people interested in rugby, because they usually think rugby is a sport that only call the injuries, but it's actually not. When you play with the right technique, you can make the chance of the injuries going lower. So it's kind of a bad news for students who interested in rugby, because they interested but they got no chance of joining. Instead, you join the rugby team out of school. And for the last is this sport is not too suitable for people with thin body because it will cause a lot more injuries. This is because a bigger muscle mass can protect you from suffering more pain than usual. So it's better to gain your body before joining rugby. As I said, it's not suitable for people who thin bodies is because, as I said before, when you play rugby, it will cause a lot of tackle, hitting, and something like that. From that, people with thin bodies will get more injuries than people who got big bodies. Okay. Moving on to the next slide. Every sport has their advantage and disadvantage, and it depends on our passion for it. Because we need to challenge ourselves to chase things we're passionate about. Because if you only like something but you're not chasing it, you will gain nothing. That's all from me. Ahmad Sawan bin Safari from DKN1C. Thank you.